Okay, let's start our first topic with the how to start a new project in Dynamics 365. Okay, so how we can start the new project. So like when you join in a new when you join in a company, right, as a Dynamics 365 developer. So what exactly you have to be start doing the things in the day one, right? So very first day, what we will do. So first we will request for the access. Then we will start initializing the installation of the certain tools in our mission, right? And we will install the certain softwares. Okay? But the installation of the software is the first thing. Then installation of the Visual Studio. There's some tools you will install it. Okay. But before that, when you join in a project, right? When you start the any tasks, you should ask what is a solution I have to use. Okay. And what is a publisher should I use? These are the basic things. When the day one, when you start a new project, you should get it the what is a solution I have to use for the development. Or if they said, okay, you can create your own solution, then your next question will be the which publisher I should use. Okay. Let's say if the project is a scratch, no one is there. You are the first developer in that project. So what the thing you have to do? So first you have to create a publisher. To create a publisher, what you have to do? You need a prefix. Okay, you need a prefix. So to need the prefix, you should get confirmed by your project architect or your project manager or whoever is the concerned party. If no one is giving the right thing, you can use the most of the times like a company name underscore or short form of the company, like a 2-3 letters. Okay, so like that you can define a prefix, create the publisher, then create your solution with the proper name. Okay, then you can start doing your development. That is the first activity. Okay, so in the day one, the first activity, what we have to do, we need to get the which solution you want to use for development. Okay, this is the first question you should get it. Okay, you need to get the answer for that. If they said if you want to create, you need to use the which publisher you have to use it. Which publisher you have to use it. Use it for your development. Okay, these two questions you should understand the very basic thing. When you enter into the project, the first basic thing you have to get it these two things. Okay, and third thing, if they said, okay, create your own solution, then you need to get what is a publisher, sorry, what is a prefix, you have to use it. So these are the three basic questions we need to know when you start the new Dynamics 365 project. Then later onwards, what the code it is there, what kind of plugins is there, what kind of JavaScript is there, what is a repository, those all the things will be next steps. Okay, so these are basic things you have to know from the project manager or project lead or whoever it is there in your project. And next thing, when you're starting a new project, right? Generally, how you have to create your folder structure. So every project when you start it in your laptop, right? Generally, as a developer, like if I'm a developer, if you ask me, I will select my OneDrive for my coding purpose, like either C drive or D drive or F drive, whatever drive in my laptop. I will keep a folder called projects. These are the standards we have to follow, right? These are the standards we have to follow. So I will select my drive. Let's say I will select, for example, I select my D drive. Any drive in your local path, first thing you have to create a projects folder in a company. Let's say, for example, you are working for one company. For that company will provide a laptop to you, right? In that laptop, you have to select one drive, like whatever the drive you wanted, select the drive and create a folder called projects. Within that folder, subfolder, within the projects folder, that what are the current project you are working. So like I'm working for CRM months. That my current project. So within this folder, within the CRM months folder, like I should have like a documents, one subfolder. This is a folder structure you have to work. Within the CRM, that project, inside that every project folder should have a one folder called documents. And second folder is the source code. And third one is like a tools. Like we'll use every project like a plugin registration tool, XRM toolbox, whatever the tools with the specific to that project. Right? What that project tools, whatever we have, like whatever the softwares maybe you have installing. Right? That specific project needs any specific softwares you will be installing, that you need to keep handy in your laptop with a specific folder. Let's say tomorrow, right? If someone comes from your project, if they are asking, show me this document, you should not search for it. You need to just navigate there and go there and open and show it. Then people will get a confidence on you. When people come to you and ask for the document, it should be handy and easily you can share with your team. Let's say tomorrow there is new team member is joined. If they're asking you to share the documents, you can just chip it and send to them. That easy your work. Right? So this is how where people will easily identify you have a previous experience or not. With minimum questions, right? This is a common sense, right? If you are experienced having like a 3 to 4 years experience, if you doesn't know like what you have to do in the first day in the project, people will obviously get it out. So these are the basic things which we have to follow irrespective of any technology. So first two questions that is specific to the Dynamics 365, but this folder structure as an experienced persons, as a experienced team, we should follow this process. With that, what happened, right? One thing is like easily we can in future, if you want to reference that some documents, we can easily reference, or in place of you, if someone is working or someone is need the documents, you can easily share to them. So let's follow this process for every project. What we are going to work, right? So these are the tools you have to do, and the software which you have to install. Mostly the softwares, mostly what we are going to use for the Dynamics 365 development. So we are going to use the Visual Studio. You need to install a Visual Studio. Okay, Visual Studio at least 2019 or 2022. Mostly now we are using 2022, but some old code of some old projects, they are still in the Visual Studio 2019. So you have to use it there. Okay, and you have to sometimes .NET Framework also we have to install the .NET Framework. So .NET Framework mostly it will be now it is supporting version is like a minimum you should have a 4.7.1. 4.7.1 or 2. 4.7.2. Like it depends upon the if you are using on-premise version or it's like a cloud version. So whichever the versions is supporting, you need to make sure you have to install in your laptop after you install a Visual Studio. Then sometimes you might need SQL Studio, Visual SQL in your local laptop, right? If your project requires, okay, then you might need all other like a MS Word. These all like a basic things for a project. Okay, and if sometimes you might need Visual Studio Code. If you have a Visual Studio, then well and good. If you don't have a Visual Studio in your mission, at least you need to install a Visual Studio Code. These are the basic softwares we need to start working on the Dynamics 365. These are the basic things you have to set up when you start a project. Or when you join in a company and you get a new laptop or something, you have to, these are the basic softwares which you have to set up. Right? So this is clear. Okay.